Early summer, Quyaz to Pravend. I travelled up the Biscan coast, and at first I found the Vlandian lands quite pleasant. The south is warm and welcoming, with lush green grass and occasionally great red fields of poppies in those pastures left fallow. But as you get further north, cool winds blow in from the western ocean. In some places sheep graze overlooking the sea cliffs. In others, thick woods creep down almost to the shoreline. Villagers let travellers sleep in their barns for a few coppers, and you can breakfast on porridge mixed with a bit of butter. I must learn never to be lulled into complacency by a bright sun and a nice breeze. Just a few hours south of Pravend, the road took a turn through the forest. I had seen little sight of other travellers that morning. I suppose they knew better and took a different route. No sooner did I enter the shade of the trees than I started to make out the outlines of men resting in the darkness. They were dressed in cloaks and carried long bows. One of them lazily rose to his feet and barred my path. "Well, hello, little rabbit," he said to me. "You seem to have fallen into our trap. Now cooperate, and you can hop away unharmed. Make a fuss, and you'll wind up in the pot." They searched me thoroughly and took my purse. Between Istiana's unreliable payments and travelling expenses, I was down to only 50 dinars, which I suppose was lucky. They then patted me on the back and put me back on the road to Pravend. Not knowing what else to do, I continued on my way, asking on the outskirts of Pravend for Gosard. I found him soon enough in his hunter's hut outside the walls, with the paupers and immigrants and fugitives that live in such places. The place was hung with dead pheasants and rabbits and curing meat, and stunk to high heaven. I told Gosard of my mishap, and, with barely a grunt of explanation, he wandered off. An hour later he returned with my purse, which seemed to have been untouched. He was not one for words, but he explained how he got the money back. In Vlandia there are strict laws against poaching, and virtually every hunter has been outlawed once or twice in his life. Usually they rob for a few years and, if not caught and hanged, pay a bribe to have their outlawry lifted. So there's a bit of brotherhood of woodsmen around every town, and it's a point of pride among them that they don't rob anyone under a fellow woodsman's protection. Gosard told me not to be so damned careless, because if this had happened in any other district, he'd be able to do nothing for me. I had imagined that Pravend was still old Imperial Paravanos, the shining city we heard about in folk tales and songs. But it takes only a few generations to transform a place, I suppose. You can still see the foundations of the old imperial walls, but atop the Vlandians have built battlements of timber. There are no forums, nor plazas, no marble. The houses are close together, and the passages between them are dank and smell of moss and animal urine. Still, the defences look to be in good repair. The towers well stocked with all manner of dart and stone-throwing engines. Gosard had 200 dinars for me, so Istiana still owes me 400. But, to be honest, I'm happy not carrying around much coin. Most of my silver is now sewn into a set of hunter's skins I bought from Gosard. Everything chafes and itches, but I hope I look like a less tempting robin target than before.